Hey folks, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time with us, my name is Alex. I'm that Hawaiian guy helping you folks out there in YouTube land make a little bit of money in the stock market. I don't know about you, but I know myself, every time I open up my portfolio over the last couple of days, I see red, 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 green, red, 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 red. And a lot of you guys who probably aren't like me, who are like a geek and love watching those MSNBC news reports or Squawk Box or whatever is available that I can consume, some of you guys might not, particularly the younger viewers, might not know what's actually going on and what's actually pulling the market down and what the culprits are. So in today's video, what I want to do is take a dive into what's going on in the stock market, why are we seeing a dip in the S&P and the Dow, what's going on, as well as give you 3 stocks that might help you out, kind of hedge against what's actually going on in the market. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, let's get into today's video. Like always, if you can, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help this channel grow and get the information out there that can really help some people who are trying to grow their portfolio. Alright, without any further ado, let's talk about what's going on in the market and what are the culprits that are bringing down the stock market currently. And the first one, without any denying, you have to say that maybe one of, not the most important culprit, but one of the big ones is the new Delta variant. The Delta variant, if you're not familiar how this one kind of came off, this was like an offshoot of the original coronavirus that kind of came about in Southeast Asia, in the India area. It kind of made its way across the pond into France, Germany, Italy, England, and it's now currently all over the world. Actually, according to the WHO, it's prevalent in about 92 or 93 countries worldwide right now. Now, the thing that just kind of baffles me is particularly here in North America. In Canada, most individuals will go and get a shot. I think currently about 68% of the individuals here in Canada are double vaccinated. There's not as many kind of anti-vaccinators, the people who don't like to get a shot because they don't believe it's real. But you see it more in the US, and it's to the point where a lot of places in the US actually give, I've seen reports like some places give you a chance to win a free car, or I think like Ohio and maybe New York had a chance to win $1 million. I mean, you have to bribe people to actually get a vaccine that will actually save their life. Particularly you see a little bit more prevalent in the southern states like Texas, Alabama, Kentucky, or Kentucky's maybe north, but maybe Florida, more of those southern states. But you tend to see those individuals, more of those red states, where individuals just really don't believe that this pandemic is real. Which is why you're seeing such a surge of the Delta variant in the United States. Even though if you were able to get the shot, the CDC is saying that the vaccines available in the United States is about 98% effective, even against this new Delta variant, individuals still are not getting poked in the arm. And this really kind of hit home because I was talking to a couple of friends over in Hyogo-ken, which is in Japan, and currently in Asia, well, in Japan and in South Korea, they have these vaccine tours where you take these expensive trips to places like I think I saw one was Guam. I'm sure there's many other places where you go to these, they make you rent these luxurious hotels, these gorgeous meals, and you get access to 2 vaccine shots over like a 12 or 13 day time period. And you have individuals in Japan and Korea, those are the 2 countries I know about, that pays tens of twenties of thousands of dollars just to get access to this vaccine. Because if you're in Asia, or you guys out there that are familiar with this, right now in Japan particularly, after the Olympics was over, you saw the numbers just go through the roof. And of course, prior to the Olympics, there were still outrageous numbers in Japan. They just didn't really want to publicize it because you had so many athletes going over there to the Olympics. It just wasn't good, like public image wise, to tell you what was really going on. But after the Olympics left, you saw the numbers just, and so you have countries like Japan and Korea, South Korea, who really want access to this vaccine, but you got people in North America who can get it. They just simply don't believe that it actually is a real pandemic, which is really, it affects everyone, because this is one of the culprits that's actually bringing down the stock market. The second thing, of course, is the issue that's going on in Afghanistan. And I get it if you're a little bit younger. I mean, this kind of whole thing started back September 11th, almost 2 decades ago. So if you're in your 30s, you would have been, a small child. So you might not be aware of the situation. But this has been going on for almost 20 years. And from Obama to Trump and even Biden, they have all been saying we're going to pull out. We can't just keep fighting wars in other countries that that they shouldn't actually be involved in. So they've been saying for a long time, hey, we're going to get out of Afghanistan. Trump said, hey, May 1st, this is it. Biden said, hey, that's not very feasible. We're going to make it August. So even though the news media is trying to make it like it was ripping off a Band-Aid, this happened suddenly, this is something that's been in the works for many, many, many years. This is not a geopolitical channel, so I'm not going to get too deep into that. But if you really want some information about what's going on in Afghanistan, don't just look at the little news snippets they give you for 1 or 2 minutes. If you really want some information about what's going on over there, actually hop on to Google and just kind of research it yourself. It'll really give you a clear understanding of what's actually going on over in that country. And of course, the third culprit, this is one that's been plaguing us for a while. It's China. And a lot of the governmental regulations that's going over in China, it's affecting the West perhaps a little bit more strongly than individuals in China. A lot of the regulations they're putting on a lot of the tech companies, because a lot of Western individuals are actually investing in these tech companies like Alibaba and Baidu and Tencent and those other type of companies like Didi and things of that nature. A lot of Western individuals are actually investing in these companies that's actually pulling the market down on top of the supply shortage coming out of China. The chips, and we need chips for almost everything we do in this world, from automobiles to planes to cameras to computers. Everything needs these semiconductor chips, and one of the biggest producers of semiconductors, of course, is coming out of China and Taiwan. So those are kind of the three things that are really pulling down the market, of course, with the normal everyday things as well. Short sellers, and another video, we'll talk about those guys another time. But those are the three big things that are actually pulling down the market. So you got to think to yourself, okay, so I told you about the doom and gloom. Is there anything you can do? Well, I have 3 companies that you might want to keep on your radar. You know me, if you watch this video for a while, I love to think about the environment, what's going on in the environment, and what companies will make me money down the line. And the first 2 companies, of course, is retailers, because we've been in a lockdown for a year and a half, and to some extent still a little bit in a lockdown. You're able to go out, but not as freely as you were before. So individuals haven't been shopping as much. But post-pandemic, I'm telling you, one of the areas you're going to see a huge boom is retail. Particularly, even right now, you have retail with e-commerce. And one of the companies I really, really do like out of the United States right now is Dillard's. Dillard's ticker is DDS. Prior to making this video, they were trading about $205.22. I don't think they have a Dillard's in Canada, but if you're not familiar with Dillard's, it's kind of similar to like a Hudson Bay, but they do have an e-commerce. This is a company, more of like a higher scale department store. They're going to do extremely well post-pandemic, and right now you're getting a great company at a fair price of $205.22. Definitely keep them on your radar. The second company, kind of following that train of thought, a company that I really do love is Urban Outfitters Incorporated, ticker URBN, trading about $37.48. And like I tell you guys, normally, actually almost 99% of every company I invest in are companies that I actually consume their product. I just find it easier to invest in companies that I know what their product is. I've tried it, I like it, I think the company has a future because I really like their product. I don't invest in companies I really have no idea what they're selling, if their product is good. I typically, almost 99% of the time, I only buy companies that I'm very knowledgeable of and I have a strong conviction in. That's why the companies we talk about, it's like I said, 99% of companies, something I actually purchase on a regular basis. And the third company, it kind of goes hand in hand when I was talking about the issue of China and semiconductors and chips and the supply shortage. I don't know if you guys have been shopping for a vehicle in the last maybe 6 months or so. You notice that used cars, new cars, I was actually shopping for a Ninja 600R, which is a Kawasaki Ninja. And the prices that I've actually had 3 Ninjas over lifetime. This will be my fourth one. When I actually looked for a bike over the summertime, I noticed that it was more expensive than it was a couple of years ago. And what they're telling me is it's lack of chips. And if you think about it, chips goes into everything we use: motorcycles, cars, cameras, laptops, computers, refrigerators, microwaves, rice cookers, everything you think that has something digital, probably 99% of the chance will use some type of chip. So because there is a shortage in automobiles, you'll see a shortage of parts for automobiles, as well as kind of go hand in hand. Warranty prices on automobiles have actually increased as well. So that whole sector you kind of see bumping up a little bit, which is why I really like the company Sonic Automotives, ticker SAH, trading about $53.02. This is a company you definitely want to take a look at. Like I said, until this chip shortage kind of curtails off a little bit and things kind of get back to normal, you tend to see companies like this do quite well over the coming months. So these are three companies you might want to take a look at that might kind of, a little post-pandemic, you might make a little money over the next couple quarters. With that being said, like always, if you can, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. I really want to hear from you folks. Blast me with some comments in the bottom. Until I see you next time, aloha.